Tune into news across the galaxy where they talk all things LA Galaxy with the NAG Boys. Let's start nagging.
What a ball for Ricky Peach.
Across the galaxy. Keep on nagging, guys. Your six-time MLS Cup champion, LA Galaxy.
Nah. We're not gonna do any of all that. I'm already tired of that one. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy. Good evening. I'm your host, Brian Levels, and tonight, joining me is Mr. Eduardo Campos. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing all right. There's a lot of annoyances this weekend, but here we are. USA overpriced buffet, and I've been sitting on a metal chair because I've been nice enough to lend Guti my computer chair for today for an hour and 20 minutes doing nothing. So that's how it's going.
Mr. Edgar Zuniga, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, I love my kid. I love my wife, but it's been a busy weekend. Here I am. Thank you, Eddie, for everything you do first.
Well, basically, this is just us catching up.
Well,
with
Brian,
everybody.
how you doing? You
Well,
matter
I'm
too.
Tired. Well, I'm tired. I played 2 matches today. I also had a long day, and I'm just.
Oh, and I need to
exhausted.
manda, bro.
Well, you know what? Ball is life. So how about that one?
Before you say anything, we're gonna talk a little bit U.S. men's national teams. I want to make one thing clear because I know how internet trolls are and things are right now. Please keep in mind, myself, Edgar, Bryant, maybe not so much Guti, but he'll give his 2 cents too. We are USMNT fans, right? We're talking strictly football today. We know the climate that's going on and all that with the political climate and everything. So this is separate to us from all that shit. You know, everybody in this show, including Guti behind me, does not agree with what's going on. So do not connect that to our love for the U.S. men's national team.
And as you guys could tell, there's a dog in the background talking shit as well.
Yeah,
We're gonna start with-
that's what can I speak for. I can't confirm nor deny. I see that for wearing a red collar.
Well, we're gonna start with some MLS stuff before we get into the USMT stuff, because I know Edgar and Eddie have a lot to say about that. I didn't get to watch the match. I was actually working, and I didn't really care about this match because it was a friendly. But it does kind of dictate what could be coming for the World Cup. But let's start with
before you move forward. You should have. These are not your everyday friendlies. These are your World Cup. These are your World Cup preparation friendlies. Yeah. So these matter. These matter more than usual. These matter more than other. These are dress rehearsals, dude.
Yeah, if you're a pro wrestling fan, this is your Saturday night's main event, I guess, right? Pretty much, or like your.
This is your elimination chamber.
The 4 big ones.
This is your Royal Rumble right here.
Yeah, your Royal Rumble, whatever.
Your crown jewel.
So we do have 4 talking points of MLS. Let's start with the early MLS results. Surprises, early contenders, wooden spoon. What do you guys think?
Eastern Conference is completely flipped over. If you look at the Eastern Conference table right now, it's completely like flipped, like it's bizarro world, which is awesome. That's one thing we love about our league, how you don't have, LA Galaxy has won 6 championships, but none of them come easy, and you haven't seen a team dominate for like an entire decade like you see like in the Bundesliga or in the Scottish Premier League or anything like that. So You see, yeah, Miami's up there. You know, they always want to be involved, but you see that the Eastern Conference is completely flipped around. It's a great start to the season. It puts a little bit of a fire under the asses of the teams that have always, been fighting for the top spots in the East. But to see the other teams like fighting in there this early in the season is a good thing. In the Western Conference, obviously, you have your favorites up there as well, and then you have the rest of us, including LA Galaxy, who have, as we mentioned in last week's show, that they've given up points to the last place team in the West for 2 consecutive weeks, and we're all like sharpening our axes and starting to dip our torches in kerosene and starting to spark the flint because the torches and the pitchforks are coming, baby.
Yeah, and just to give you guys some context on the Eastern Conference, you have Nashville in first, you have New York City in second, Miami in third, Charlotte in fourth, Chicago Fire in fifth, DC United in sixth, Toronto in seventh, and New York Red Bulls in eighth. Eddie, any of those surprise you?
No, maybe not the top. Maybe Red Bull a little bit, but I think that was just a little hot start. Looks like they're heading down. But if anything in the bottom, didn't expect to see Columbus and Philly down there. That's definitely a little bit of a surprise. Well, maybe
Columbus City is Columbus, Philly, and Orlando.
Orlando. Yeah, well, Orlando. I think they might have pulled the trigger too soon on that one with Pareja, and now getting someone like Griezmann, which I think we're gonna talk about later. Would have definitely been an interesting combination, but we don't get to see it. We get robbed of that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are the only two, maybe three surprises.
Yeah, the thing with Orlando though is that they're not getting Griezmann until the end of the summer, so their thing is like hopefully they don't drop too far where then they have to like scramble to catch up. We saw that happen with Miami when they got Messi, where they were like I mean, let's be honest, Miami was a complete utter mess before Messi came over. Nobody really cared about that team. You saw that their attendance numbers and all that. And as soon as Messi showed up, they try to hurry up and scramble through the playoffs. MLS, Don Garver even changed the playoff rules to benefit them, and in the end, it didn't work out for them at all. Anyway, but now you see Orlando in the same situation. How deep are they going to dig a hole before Griezmann gets there and hopefully helps them out? But yeah, that's what's going on in Orlando. Philly being down there, ooh, my goodness. We mentioned Bradley Carnell, their coach. He's a coach at St. Louis, and people were saying he did great that first season with St. Louis, and then everything fell apart. And now the same thing happened with Philly, where he had a good first season, and what's happened since then? Ooh.
Yeah. I still hear the dog talking shit, so he's probably pretty upset at what's going on in the Eastern Conference. Just to remind you guys, in the East Conference, I don't think Nashville is a surprise. They did pick up.
No.
They picked up what's his face from San Jose?
Espinosa.
Christian Espinosa, which we thought was a great pickup by them. It seemed like they had a slow start, but seeing them at the top of the Eastern Conference right now, it doesn't shock me at all. Maybe the one that does shock me being up there is probably DC United. They've had a rough season last year, and then for them to be in the top 10, that's a big jump for them. I mean, it's only 5 games into the season, so we can't really take that into account.
I think it's already. I think something's gonna change here. Like 7 points. I could see Columbus still has some people together, and then Orlando maybe with just the fact that they signed them, they're gonna get a spark. So I could see DC and the Red Bulls dropping out of those positions, and yeah, we can have a whole different conversation. Not gonna be surprised at the end.
Yeah, another surprising team that's down there is Cincinnati. Since Evander went out there, you would have thought that this team would have been one of the top in the East. I know they had that crash out in CONCACAF Champions Cup. They lost to Tigres in a very dramatic match. But they have players that could really compete and have you up there.
But hold on. No, we have to really look at it too, right? You want to say you're surprised that they're down there. You gotta look at the points from 4th to 9th. They're 2 points away from. So they're
Yeah.
1 win out of third place. You know, they win, or actually fourth place, I should say. They win. Charlotte drops points, and everybody else ties or whatever. They're all of a sudden they're in fourth. So they're in there. They're not as bad as it seems. It's way too early to be saying someone like Cincy is surprisingly bad, because there's an excuse that they had to rotate and play the games and just so they can get their ass handed to, like we will in the next round. But you know,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, you're muted, Edgar.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
the
I was
best
gonna
take
say
ever.
that since he was CONCACAF, we have to admit it, man, because that referee kept adding time and time and time and time until Tigres finally got the goal that they needed to win, and then immediately ended the game. Womp womp womp. That's what happens in CONCACAF.
Then stop wasting time. Simple as that.
Yeah, you got CONCACAF, but you also allowed 5 goals.
Yeah,
Like, I can't really defend that. So
no, I agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
We also saw Vancouver crash out of the Champions Cup. They got completely dismantled by Seattle, but that's Seattle being Seattle. But I think Vancouver's still a team that, from what I've heard from their own supporters, yeah, the Champions Cup would have been nice. They got there in the final last year, but I think the main focus this year is that they really want the supporters shield. So, I mean, not that guarantees the championship, but
Well, since you're talking about Vancouver, let's talk about the West. You have the noisy neighbors on the street in first. You have Vancouver in second. For me, surprising San Jose in third. San Diego in fourth. Seattle in fifth. Real Salt Lake in sixth. Colorado in seventh. Dallas in eighth. Those top 8. Is anything surprise you there, fellas?
nah, I'm not even surprised at San Jose. To be honest, you don't give Bruce enough credit, and you gave him a weapon like Timo Werner. You guys are just haters because he played for Chelsea at some point. But you guys asked that
Yes,
question,
we are.
and I gave you that argument. The dude is class. He's played at the highest levels, and look what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also played for Tottenham. That's even worse.
That one, yeah.
you have, and you also have Preston Judd, who continues to do
Que la
interesting
chingada.
things. I mean, Galaxy reject, but Bruce is getting the most out of him. One of the biggest surprises for me is Colorado, because they're one of those teams that they've had it rough for a long time. And we talked about how their ownership really has starved them for anything. Their stadium is in shambles. They barely invest any money into improving the team. And then they got the former Tottenham Hotspur assistant manager. And he came in, and from what we've been told so far, he's instilled a really good fighting spirit in the players. And we've seen it in the reaction, because we saw that game against Galaxy. And yes, there was the red card that flipped everything around. But they've had some pretty good results this year. And it's worth keeping an eye on them to see how they go throughout the season. Do not sleep on the Rapids.
I can't give the Rapids credit. I can't. I'm sorry. I just don't think their last games. I mean, when they played a Seattle team, they lost, and then their last couple of games that they played were against teams who aren't even in their best form, like the Timbers, us, and Sporting KC. Of course, when they played an actual team like New York City, they lost.
Damn, definitely good. They just put us in the same category with the Timbers and Kansas, bro. He said beat a real team.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta win those games, right?
But you're trying to say that they're doing good. No, they're just beating the teams that are just bad.
I guess they do have a favorable
You're supposed
schedule.
to do that. You're supposed to do that. And the thing that you got to keep an eye on is that they're winning the games that they have to win. They're putting up fights in the other ones. But this is with a new manager that they just started with, right before the season began, and so he's turning things around for them. And this is what you need when you have a new manager. You need to beat some bad teams to instill confidence in your teammates.
I'm sorry.
To be,
Still not
to
convinced.
be fair,
Still not convincing to me.
to be fair, Guti, like the saying goes, you can only play who they put in front of you. And they did clap on Kansas. It's not like they just beat them; they beat them convincingly. So that's something. That's a team that we couldn't. That beat us at home.
Yeah.
That's why I put it. That's why I put us in the same category of terrible teams.
Yeah,
But we're ahead of Kansas City in the standings.
Take that.
How about that?
Man, we still lost to them. We still lost to them. We lost to a 17-man roster team.
By the way, I want to mention something about LAFC, and this is because I keep in touch with a lot of their podcasters. It seems like you go up and down, like their fan base, and everyone is upset with LAFC right now. Like their fans are upset with them, and I'm like, how can you be upset? Your team is still in the Champions Cup. You're in first place. You know, why are you guys upset? Oh, because they're not incorporating Son into the offense, because nobody likes the way Marco Dos Santos is running the team. And I'm like, your team is in first place. What more do you want?
5 games unbeaten, by the way.
And no goals conceded, which is a record. Conceded. You know, you can't. Somebody told me this. Like you can't, or not. I heard this. Not told me this. Is that you cannot take their opinion seriously. This is a team that protested because they lost us 3-0 and they were sitting on top of the table. So
they don't process their shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those fan bases that should not voice their opinion, I guess, because it makes them look.
Go work on your outfits and your
Ooh, I like that.
Your clown makeup or whatever you guys wear.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, what they're doing is very impressive. First 5 games, no goals conceded. Yeah. On top of the MLS Western Conference, they're still in Champions League. They're about to face Cruz Azul, who's a very tough opponent, the defending CONCACAF Champions Cup winners. They have everything for them going. I'll
say something though. That team is built for MLS, I think, and I'm not really gonna say what it's in my head, but I think they're gonna go very far this season, which I don't even want to say that much. But I feel like they're not made for outside competition. Like they struggled against Alajuelense as much as they dominated. They couldn't break them down. So it's interesting to see them against Cruz Azul. I feel like they're gonna make it through, but after what I saw against Alajuelense, I wouldn't be surprised if they just not crash out, but I don't think they'll crash out, but they don't make it through this round.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Edgar.
No, I was gonna say we have a great super chat to transition to something else other than talking about Leva. So let's go to that because it's something that was brought to my attention during the week, and I think it's something nice worth to talk about.
Before we get to that, I just want to get a quick reaction from you guys. The LA Galaxy is in 10th. Is that deserving, or should they be higher? Should it be lower?
Absolutely deserving.
Deserving, absolutely. Burn the
We
house
are
down.
1 tie, 1 win, 2 losses, and a tie. I mean,
1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses.
we have 1 win,
What
2
the
draws,
hell?
2 losses. So that's what gets us.
I mean, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
This team is very unconvincing and boring.
Hold on, let's paint a bigger picture here.
Okay.
How many of those games were at home?
Question. 3 of them.
3. That looks a lot worse when you look at it like that. So, yeah, deservingly. Too bad there's no 16th place because we should probably be there.
And on top of that, we tied against a Portland team who had a man down.
Yeah, I was gonna say Adam Sussman, who we had to preview that game. He mentioned to me, he reminded me. He's like, "Hey, you guys still haven't won a game on the road since 2024," and I'm like, "Damn."
God damn.
How many is it? I think it's like 19 games now or something like that.
I just settle for a win at this point, dude.
I mean, the tie's good.
Let's win a coin toss at least.
not.
Let's start.
A tie is good as long as they're not losing points. I think we'd be fine.
It's not.
A tie is not good, especially when the other team is 10. When they have 10 players
and not just in 10 players, but they're a bad team with 10 players.
Exactly. We were on them after that, and we still couldn't create anything.
Look, again, I'm gonna say this whole repeated low block fucking talk that you hear in Corner of the Galaxy and other places, low block, but nobody wants to talk. And then, god damn it, I'm already getting mad.
All right, hold on.
And the Galaxy didn't even play this week.
No, 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 no. It wasn't gonna be.
Camera.
It wasn't gonna be long. And again, because I don't want to say I don't hate Klaus. I hate his tag. Right? You handicap yourself in getting what we actually fucking need, which is a creative midfielder. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
By the
And
way,
that does it from here, News Across the Galaxy.
But by the way, you mentioned the low block. It seems like everyone hates the low block because I've heard, like I said, I've been, bring up it. LAFC guys talking about it. I heard the Atlanta guys talking about it. I heard the Charlotte guys talking about it. Everyone is having issues with the low block. It's like the new thing. It's like almost like the yeet where like everybody's all about it, and then like 2 months later, everybody's tired of talking about it.
Ryan's the only one that gets that fucking reference. And you know what teams don't hate the low block? Good teams.
Good team. All right, well, let's get to the super chat real quick. Adam asks, thank you once again for the super chat, Adam. I went to yesterday's event Tucker held in Long Beach. It was nice to meet him personally and a few other players who attended. Do you have more insight on that, Edgar?
Yes, sir. I'll bring it up real quick.
Yes,
By the way, Lepley, he was the one who came over to the Inland Empire G's podcast. I mean, I'm sorry, their tailgate that one time where he watches our show because he heard from us that the Inland Empire G's were going to be hosting that tailgate, and he came up and he talked to me and he was really enjoying the food. And he hit me up over the week. He's like, "Hey, we're going to be having an event that's going to be hosted by Tucker, and can you guys please mention it?" So it was Grandma's Pantry, a family gathering. That's what it was called. It was a morning with Tucker Lepley, and the whole focus was breakfast, community, coffee. It was at Trademark Brewing in Long Beach, California, from 12 to 3 p.m. And according to the flyer, it says, "Why are we doing this? It's Tuxie's world is rooted in family. Tucker Lepley grew up surrounded by a family shaped by time spent together, shared meals, and a support system that stays with you for life. This morning is an invitation to bring that same feeling from Grandma's Pantry at Evergreen Farms to Long Beach. For one morning, the community is welcomed into Grandma's Pantry, not just as guests, but as part of Tucker's extended family. A space to connect over coffee, breakfast, and shared experience. From family to community to the supporters who have been part of Tucker's journey, this morning is about coming together and giving back." And he said that a portion of the proceeds will support Live, a local nonprofit which is dedicated to providing children in the community with life-lasting experiences, opportunities, and support. And any remaining food would be donated to a local food bank. So it's a wonderful event. And I mean, what an amazing thing to do. We always talk about how the Galaxy family is so tightly knit. We talk about how the players come back and they always get a good reception, except for BJ. We love our players, right? What's the G? Always
Except
a G,
BJ?
except for BJ.
Except
What a
Even Tyler
beautiful
Boyd?
thing. What? No, what a beautiful thing, because we've seen how Galaxy community comes around. We saw it with AJ De La Garza when the issues that he had with his family, and how much we embraced them. We saw it also with Omar in the past. We've seen how people rallied around Lando when he was going through mental health issues. And now we have, Tucker Lepley putting together this beautiful event. So thank you to the Lepley family for doing this, and for any G's that went out there, like Adam shared his experience. Anybody else wants to share, what you guys did at this event? If you attended, please let us know so we could talk about it as well.
Yeah, shout out to Lepley's dad. I met him the first time when we went to San Jose on the bus. We met him just kicking it in the pool. He's a cool, just chill dad, and he loves the Galaxy. He loves that his son plays for the Galaxy. They're local, so it's stuff like this kind of it's heartfelt because they're from the community, so they feel these type of things, and that's pretty cool. I should have attended that yesterday. I didn't even know that was going on, to be honest. Oops.
Nah, I think because there was no games, we probably weren't focusing on it. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew, but then I didn't. I think I was. What the hell were we doing? I was with Guti for some reason, doing something, and then we mentioned
Don't hate.
it. We sound jealous.
I am
Yeah, don't
jealous.
hate. What's wrong with you?
There's always room for a
Nah.
third party.
Nah, you never want to show up, bro. It's your problem.
Yeah, show up on time. And, yeah, I like people who show up on time. So you guys are both out. Anyways,
Damn
yeah, and then it was brought up. I was like, oh yeah, that's today. But at that point, I didn't have a chance to do. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, I had to go get that stupid thing. Never, had to go back to the valley and back. Yeah, a lot of driving. Never mind. I don't want to talk about it. Keep going.
Well, let's talk some rumors. Two big players from Europe. One has already signed with an MLS club, which is Antoine Griezmann. He signed with Orlando officially. Guys, thoughts? For me, I like it for the league, but is this something that Orlando needs?
We
They
kind of
need
touched on this
anything
already.
right now.
Yeah, they need
Yeah,
anything right now.
No, but
But
I mean, we were
especially in
talking about it. I don't think it
mass
was
plays.
like official, but now like it's really happened. And I mean, it's a really good thing for the league, right? Like we talked about how a lot of big names are coming over here, and we want to see them while they're still effective. How these are players that not only their name carries a lot of weight, but they're also, you see that their level of play reflects on the field as well. And hopefully he comes over here, takes it seriously, and doesn't bust a Del Piero, where he's just walking around like a zombie, or like a Gerrard, who's a waste of time, and he came over here. But I really feel that Griezmann is going to make a pretty big deal. Se no sirve para nada.
You guys,
What a waste of a roster
you guys are
spot.
look. No, hell no. Gerrard is one of my favorite players of all
Yeah,
time.
everything.
You
Yeah,
need-
yeah, whatever.
Huh?
Everything he
You need
did
to go
before
back.
didn't matter when he came over.
Yeah, because they fucking set him up to fucking fail. You gotta go look at his numbers and watch.
Hey, I hope you
Yeah.
realize that I started watching LA Galaxy soccer in like 2015. I don't know what your guys' the impression of hating on Steven Gerrard. I feel like he did good here,
There you go.
and I didn't
I
know
wasn't
shit
hating on
back
it.
then.
Yeah,
He didn't have help. To be honest, he didn't have help.
he's a fucking Fulham fan. This is why.
He played well for like
Fulham
2
fan.
games, and then he just
Nah,
Men
you know
not
what
check
happened?
out the rest of the time.
He did good that first season, that first half of the season he came in, and then the second season he probably was like halfway through, like, man, I'm old and this fucking team sucks. What the fuck why am I even gonna try? I have
Yeah.
this fucking guy that comes to the games hungover, makes way more money than me. Fucking Robbie Keane got legs left. Who was our center
Yeah.
back? Oh, everyone, and then sorry guys, and
Johnny,
everyone
no?
loved him. Then we had
Daniel
Yellow
Sturridge.
Van Dan, who everyone loved just because he slides, but he was a trash defender. So
Now, Van Dam
Nigel
was-
De Jong, who liked to break everyone.
Don't you talk bad about my boy? John.
Trash defender?
yes, what do
Van
you
was
mean?
awesome, man.
He was a
Whoa,
bad defender.
That's crazy.
He was passionate.
that
and
was-
That's a wild
Even
statement.
Guti's like saying you're crazy. Look,
That's a
I'll
wild
gonna
give you
come-
the benefit of the doubt. Look, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, dude. 2017 was a terrible year for him because he was just a red card magnet. He was getting red cards left and right.
Well, 2017
I don't know,
was a
dude.
bad year for the whole team.
Yeah, you
that's
guys, you guys
That
just drank
squad
the
off my
Kool-Aid.
squad.
That's it.
Squad off my squad.
That's it. You guys just drank the Kool-Aid because again, he was passionate. He loved. I would say he loved the Galaxy, but he was not a good defender.
Well, he's not gonna see what's up to you when he comes back.
I don't go fuck. Who is he?
Straight punch to the face.
what did he do? What did he do for our trophy cabinet?
He's gonna fucking slide on you, fool.
Fuck your other knee.
I don't want that.
he's gonna come behind you like the Undertaker, like on AJ Styles.
It's all good. That fool probably miss anyways.
All right, here we go. We got a comment from Rocio about the event.
Yeah, I
It's
did
really
want to
cool.
bring that up because that's pretty cool. Rocio says the event was amazing. Tucker mentioned that he wants to bring community between the players and fans. We were all treated like family. That's very cool. I like that.
No, it's something that we really need in this time and place, especially because of everything going on across the country that we cannot ignore. A lot of people would say, we can't keep, we got to keep politics out of sports. It's impossible to do that when the politics are literally invading your sports. But
Thank
at a
you.
time when all this is going on, it's nice to have events like this, which reminds us that we have the special little community that we care about so much, that we take care of because we're part of it. We take care of it, and to have a player come out and say, "Hey, let me do this for you guys." This reminds me of LA Galaxy pre the Beckham years when they were still at the Rose Bowl, when the players would have events in the Pasadena area, and they would invite the fans to come and hang out. They used to do that. They used to go to hang out at all the different bars and restaurants, and they'd be like, "Hey, we're over here. Come and join us." And the fans would go and hang out and mingle with the players. It was really nice.
Yeah,
We haven't
I
seen
like
that in a
something
long
like
time.
that.
Gerard never did anything like that. He would just go home to his mansion and not
Come
care about anyone.
on, come on. He did
Edgar,
autograph.
I'm convinced.
our
And
jerseys.
he
Edgar,
doesn't
I'm
even know
convinced you
that,
hate.
that Eddie exists.
Well, you
You
know
hate
what?
everyone,
you know
bro.
how they had,
You're worse than me.
You know how they had the pictures on the numbers? We came out in
yeah.
that. So in
Yeah.
your face, Edgar.
In your face, Edgar.
In your face.
Well, I was on the Jets number. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's even worse.
I know. I said to get a reaction.
That's
from you.
even worse.
Oh, okay. We have one more super chat, and then I want to bring up something that. Oh my God! It's U.S. soccer related, and it's like a lightning rod for.
well, let's bring up the
criticism.
super chat first, and then we'll
Yes.
talk about the next rumor.
No, wait. I want Guti to say this one.
Hello.
What did she say, Guti?
I can't see from here. I really cannot.
That's exactly what she said.
Hi, guys.
Oh, she said, "Hi guys."
How do you know that's what it said?
Well, let's get to this last rumor. Mo Salah,
Wait,
a
there's
legend, a Liverpool
There's two rumors.
legend. Well, we got the Griezmann one out of the way.
No,
Let's
there's
start with the
another
Mo
one.
Salah.
Okay, there's Mo
Together.
Salah.
Two Mo Salah.
We can't do them at the same time, guys. Let Brian speak. If you want to host, start your own fucking podcast. I got your back, Brian.
Oh,
Gerard boys for life.
Hell yeah, let's go. Thanks, babe.
All right, just wipe your mouth when you're done, bro.
Jealous?
Oh, damn! That's you and Van Damme.
Mo Salah, a legend in Liverpool. He was able to win the Champions League with Liverpool. Has decided to take his talents elsewhere. And apparently, San Diego is the rumor. Edgar, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's because of the ownership at San Diego. I'll bring the name up real quick because I didn't think I was.
As while he's doing that, Eddie, Mo Salah and MLS, what do you think? Should San Diego be the destination, or could that be
Anybody should
somewhere
do
else?
it. Anybody should do it. So I brought up. And you're in the chat that I brought it up in. I was like, man,
Yeah.
the Galaxy, if they had the balls, dude, they should just do what we did with Juan Pablo Blanca. Ship fucking Klaus out, open up that DVP slot, and go get Mo Salah. Nobody can be mad at that move. Nobody. If you love Klaus, you love the 5 goals that he's put up, whatever, and you get mad because of this, you don't know shit about this sport. I'm sorry. You don't. So, is it a great move? It's a great move wherever he goes. The league needs to get him here. The league needs to get behind it and get him here. That guy is a fucking class player. I did the other day look up because I was intrigued. It's like, is he coming to MLS? And as if you guys follow the Prem and him, he's serious about his religion, right? So he's Muslim, for those who don't know. And I was like, who has the bigger Muslim community? New York, ourselves. San Diego's not on that list. So it has to have an influence on him, right? Because it's important to him. So, man, he all fingers point that he's going to San Diego, or at least they're going to make a push for him, because San Diego's been thirsting, I think, for a star, because they were also the Kevin De Bruyne rumors when that was, a possibility. So I think they're going to push hard on this one because they didn't get that one through, and I feel like it's going to happen. And the league will get behind it because it's a big enough name to where or they're gonna get all the backing they need to get him over here. They're gonna be like, fuck the fucking discovery rights and everyone. Send him to San Diego if he wants to go there.
And on top of
Hey,
that,
go
I
ahead.
mean, just the fact that Chucky Lozano didn't work out with them, this could really bolster their squad up, and for one, make it interesting in the Western Conference, and then for two, it just makes great TV for MLS. You have an Egyptian legend, a Liverpool legend, who, like I mentioned earlier, won the Champions League for Liverpool, coming to MLS. I mean, he can still ball out in Europe, and he's rumored to come over here. That's a big deal. Edgar, you had some of those that information for us.
Yeah, I was just touching off what you said about Chucky Lozano. From what I've heard from the San Diego guys, is that uh, Chucky does not want to leave San Diego FC, even though they completely ostracized him. Imagine that, by the way. A year ago, this guy was the face of the organization, right? And since then, his very toxic, es un tóxico. His real toxic behavior has completely separated him from his fans, from the locker room, the manager, ownership. But he refuses to leave. He's still there. Apparently, he practices separately from everybody. So like you have the players, on one field, they're all doing their drills and everything, and he's off on his own in some other field by himself. Because technically, he still has to show up for practice. So he's still under contract by the team, and he refuses to leave. He's like a garrapata, like a tick. He will not let go. But apparently, at the end of the summer, they're gonna drop him, and this is where San Diego FC is gonna make that push. And their owner, Mamera Mansour, he is Egyptian, and apparently he already has some kind of contact with Mo Salah, and they're gonna try to work something out. But if you get the chance, look him up. The owner of San Diego FC. This guy, in his personal life, he's got some skeletons in his closet that are aren't so hidden. He's kind of a shady person himself. But hey, if he brings Mo Salah over, that's gonna be very interesting for the league. Good for the league. So we'll see how that
I would
goes.
love to see that. To be honest, I would love to see Mo Salah suit up in
Jealous.
any MLS kit. To be honest, as long as
you know
it's
what
not the
sucks?
noisy neighbors. To be
You-
honest, as long as it's not the noisy neighbors, I'm good with that.
You know what sucks about? I mean, it's great that all these players are coming in, right? There's players that can still play. Son, obviously, Griezmann now coming, possibly Mo Salah coming. You know what? The part that sucks about it is that we weren't rumored to any of them.
And we're usually rumored to stuff like that.
Yeah, we're usually the first ones to be rumored to every name.
You know who we are rumored to
And
though?
it feels like we've lost our way. Like it sucks because I get that. We're building to win, and the names don't. It's not like the main focus, but you can do both. You can do both, dude. And
What do you mean we got
Yeah.
Chappells?
I mean, to be fair, our three EPs are filled up at the moment right now. But this is
Doesn't
where
matter.
I want to bring up this other thing, okay? Because, and I mentioned this to you guys in our private chat. It seems that no matter who the hell is coming over to the league, it can be Mo Salah, it could be Casemiro, it could be Hello Kitty. Inter Miami is getting their fingers involved into everybody. That's like if you're like at a party. I want to bring up that what I told you guys, but it'd be like if you're at a party and then they stick their finger in their mouth and they go around and start sticking it in all your snacks and in all your drinks, and they're saying we're in everything. We want to get involved in everything. It's really, I mean, it's really annoying. I understand that they want to make themselves the face of the league because for now, while they have Messi, of course they're going to have a lot of attention. We all agree, the moment he leaves, they're going to lose like about 3/4 of that fan base, and they're going to be stuck with this empty stadium. But for now, they're trying to get as much attention as possible because they know that's what's going to happen. The moment that dude retires, there's going to be a huge vacuum, and they're going to try to fill it with whatever. So they're trying to get as much attention as possible. So they're trying to get as many players to come over with whatever shady tactics, whatever that they have to, whatever promises that they make them, how many virgins they promise them under the table. They're trying to get these players to come over. Look at Guti, look up, look at him. I see what you're thinking. Look at him smile. And so, like, Guti's like, where can I sign up? And so, But yeah, they're making all these promises, and who knows what kind of dealings they're making under the table to get these players to come over. But that's what they're doing, and then meanwhile you have the Miami fans that are saying, "Oh, that's fantastic, let's do it." Everything's fine, everything's all good. But that's the biggest reason why we haven't seen LA Galaxy do that, because LA Galaxy is under the microscope right now, and they're trying to make sure that they do everything as legal as possible under the rules and everything. But maybe Eddie, maybe playing by the rules isn't the best thing to do, because sometimes you gotta, what did Eddie Guerrero say?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yep, I was about to say the same thing.
I lie,
And if-
I cheat,
and if-
I steal.
Yeah, and if you're gonna be one of the marquee clubs here in MLS, I mean, those are the type of things that you have to do. Whatever it is.
It's funny how you mention everything that Miami's doing, but that was us in the Beckham era, right? Kind of sucks sitting on sitting on this side. I remember reading the comments back then. Who the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Fucking worry about it, all right?
And of
That's
course,
how we got him.
And of course, Edgar mentioned Casemiro earlier, and I'm guessing that's the other player you guys wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Is there
You wanna
anything
talk
going with
about?
that?
But before we do that, 281-330-8000.
Zero
Right,
vote.
Mike
He says, "What's up, Nexters? 35 minutes late, but I'm running on Mexican Standard Time. So are we. So we were also late."
Mike
Can't believe Mike Jones is a Galaxy fan. That's cool.
That's awesome, dude. Especially after he did a song for them. But yeah.
Jones.
No, I'm sorry. I think that was fun.
We got to talk about songs. Remind me once we're done with this Galaxy. Go ahead.
Yeah, the whole thing with Casemiro is really interesting, because we've been hearing about this since before the season began. I mean, it's something LA Galaxy definitely needs. Into Miami, I don't think really needs this as much as we do, but these guys are just trying to ruin it for everybody. Like, if Kansas City says that they're going after so-and-so, Miami's like, oh, we're going after him too, New York goes after somebody, oh, we're going after him too. It's like, shut up, sit down in your corner and shut the hell up. Let the real teams, make stuff happen. So Casemiro coming to LA Galaxy would be interesting, because there aren't any DP slots left at this moment. So how do they work this, right? Would it be like a TAM deal? Maybe with the current situation and how Peck is upset right now. Maybe Peck leaves sometime in the summer, and we bring Casemiro in. I don't know. I mean,
That's bold, but
you
it's
shaking
not
your head,
beneficial.
Eddie.
Nah.
But
It's bold, but it's not beneficial for the team.
Nah, if we're talking about Peck leaving, we know who we should get.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Mo Salah, bro. That's who we should go after. If
I was
we're
gonna say
after-
Mike Jones, but same thing.
Who?
Mike Jones. See,
Nah, that
talking,
Casemiro.
dude.
But that Casemiro rumor, and like if it's real and we're going after it, in my humble opinion, I don't think it's something we need, though.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna spend the money, and we're talking about spending the money, that's not where we should be looking. So I don't know if it's real and we're interested in it. That's just more red flags. There's like so many red flags. It's crazy, right? Like I'm very much. I wish I could be a fly in the wall, right? And I'm gonna be part of the fan council, and I'm gonna use that power if Kuntz is there again to voice my opinion and hand him his one-way ticket back to New York, because I'm already.
Hey, what the fuck, Kuntz?
Hey, I'm walking here. So I'm gonna start.
Yeah, walk your ass back to the airport.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just mad.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I was sitting here for an hour and 20 minutes on a metal chair?
Hey, well, guess what? Now we get
you want your chair
to
back?
some USMT shit talking.
before we go, let's start with some vintage USMNT shit talking. This is literally shit talking. I don't know if you guys even have heard about the situation with a player who's still deciding if he's going to represent the U.S. or I think it's Germany. His name is Noah Banks. And Landon Donovan was talking about it. He voiced his opinions about him because he's like a dual national at this point. And as we've seen, Eric Winalda, you put a microphone in front of him, and he just starts going off, and he just goes on these crazy rants. And now I've known Winalda since he was young, and he always has something to say. But I feel like as he's gotten older, he's just become like louder and more misguided. That's my opinion, but from having known him since he was younger. He just will talk to talk, and he tries to be as loud as possible. And I think they gave him like this. They gave him like a pulpit to go ahead and say whatever the hell he wants, and it's like you shake a dog and then just let him loose. So this is what he said. This is from Ghost TV. He said, "Quote." And this is him responding to Landon Donovan. He said, quote, all this talk about how he doesn't even want to be here. I wonder why, asshole. Just shut up. This is his decision. You don't get to come into this and play high and mighty with all your flaws. So this is Winalda talking to Donovan. He said, we'll remember his hiatus, little trip to Cambodia before a World Cup, and he currently has killed a cat and taped it to his head. I don't take advice from people like that. I just don't. Winalda said about Donovan, I don't appreciate his xenophobic rants at all, and I did my part to remind everybody that in World Cup scenarios, guys like Jermaine Jones and John Brooks and Tom Dooley, Ernie Stewart, Fabian Johnson, these guys did great things for our country. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Preki, a dual citizen who scored against Brazil in a 1-0 victory in which I actually passed the ball to him. So I remember that one. But we're so proud of that stuff. I'm not in the camp of taking advice from Landon Donovan. Sorry, I don't appreciate this. Saying good riddance to somebody who's trying to make a decision that could affect the rest of their lives and their career isn't fair. I mean, this isn't dating, okay? This is actually marriage. And I don't think my wife would have said yes if I would have proposed on the third date. I think we should give this kid the opportunity to evaluate what he wants to do with his life. Now, what are we doing from our end? Or should I say from someone like Landon is convincing this guy, why the hell would I play for this country? They don't want me. So all this talk about how he doesn't want to be here, I wonder why, asshole. Just shut up. Like, this is his decision. You don't get to come in there and play high and mighty with all your flaws. Then he went on to say, Tab Ramos was already part of us, so was John Harkes, but all of these guys, including myself, could have been dual citizens. That's what America is. The truth is, Landon, you beat Algeria and Mexico. Great job. We beat the big guys with other guys that you seemingly don't like.
I laughed at the cat thing because I don't think we ever talked. I don't think we ever talked about Donovan's hair, but.
God damn.
All right, it's like that shit cost $5,000 supposedly. I hope you kept the receipt, my boy.
I thought he looked fine without it, man. But
Yeah, it looks worse now, my opinion. But that's besides the point. But can you paraphrase? Do you know what Donovan said exactly about the whole thing? About not what everyone always said, but about the kid choosing what team he wants to play with, what country?
let me bring that up real quick because like I said, this is something that he mentioned earlier. While I looked that up, can you guys talk about his hair?
Talk about but I'll talk about his response a little bit. I mean, I get some things. Like, he didn't have to come at him that aggressively, but the analogy of like,
Here it is.
of the not proposing at the third date is it's understandable, right? Like it's one time switch, so I get all those parts. But again, he didn't really have to be that aggressive about it. I mean, take it easy on the hair, buddy.
Dude, his hair is wild.
Yeah, dude, come on. I mean, can we just take a second here? Like, just like, if I get there, guys, I'm gonna let it go.
I'm getting there. I'm about to let it go.
or go to Turkey.
Oh yeah.
Or wear a
If you're
fucking
gonna
hat
afford
all
it.
the time. I don't know. It's cool to
All right,
wear a
so
hat on
here it
TV
is.
now.
So Nokai Banks is he's a young guy. He plays for Augsburg in the Bundesliga. He's only 19 years old, and apparently he got a call up to the U.S. men's national team for these recent matches against Belgium and against Portugal, and he declined them. And so Donovan got really, really upset. He said, from the federation standpoint, and particularly sporting director Matt Crocker, who makes these decisions, if someone does not want to play for your country, good riddance, goodbye, Donovan said. Meanwhile, Banks, he said, it's a difficult decision regarding my nationality. I'm very torn. I'm in contact with both USA and Germany and both national team coaches.
Yeah, the good riddance goodbye is harsh from Donovan too, right? It's two teams that could get to go to World Cup. It's not like a situation here like if Brian got called up, he's like, hey, do you want to play for El Salvador or the U.S.? And he actually had the option, not like a rolled on. He would have been like, yeah, I would assume Brian would be like, I'm gonna play for the U.S. because I want to go to a World Cup, right? So that's
What do you mean, bro? It's always gonna go to a World Cup too.
Hell yeah, you know. Arriba la selecta. No. But yeah, that would have been
it's
the
the,
easier
it's not the
time.
situation. I don't think, but he would be torn still, right? He would still like feel like a certain way about not playing for, the motherland. So I think it's harsh from Donovan too to say good riddance. It's like, hey man, like in that sense, like Ronaldo's kind of right. Like give him his space. This decision isn't as easy for everybody. Yeah. So you know what? They were both wrong.
Do you like the cat comment though?
Guti, sentate, bro.
Yes.
Stop moving around, bro. It's coming out through the fucking headphones.
Yeah,
know,
every
it's
time
hard.
Guti moves, we hear
It's
it
hard.
squeaking, man.
Chill, dude.
It's hard. Trust me.
Um,
I can't stay still.
the 4 chairs crying for
know.
his life. it's fighting for his life. Está llorando,
I can't stay still for shit.
Let's see. Yeah, but if we're talking about like this was like a WWE promo or something, fucking Donovan got killed.
He did.
There's no coming back from the roadkill on his head.
Damn, bro. What is that, dude? That shit is funny. I don't know what that is. Part out of it.
No, that's apparently what
You know what?
$5,000 gets you.
I was wondering if the bobblehead was gonna come with the hair or not. Maybe,
It looks like they went somewhere in the
somebody-
middle.
Maybe somebody would like put like grab some grass and like put some super glue and just stick it on it, just for fun.
Someone's got to bust a Sid from Toy Story and just like cut the hair off another fucking thing and paste it on that shit. I won't be going to the game, so I'm not gonna get one, or else I would do it, or get me one and I'll do it.
Got you. So let's move on to the USMT. Edgar.
Ah,
Eddie.
Oh wait.
Yes,
There's
yes,
something I
yes,
wanted to bring up before, right?
Oh,
let's
go
go
ahead.
world. Let's go world. This is World Cup related. So
Yes.
guys, I gotta know who's in charge, I don't know if we call this marketing team or makes these kind of decisions, right? I'm not gonna talk about the artist and like his possible political opinions, which is interesting. It would make it an interesting choice as well.
Jelly roll.
Like, damn, let me finish my thought. God damn. Anyways, as I was saying, what an interesting choice to go with Jelly Roll and Karim Leon and this I haven't heard the full thing. I don't know if the full thing's out, but the snippet, right? It sounds just not World Cup worthy. It's not hype. It's not, and it sounds like they try to go with like a theatrical. Like at some point they're gonna make highlights with it, but it's like doesn't get you excited, with like our Waka Wakas and freaking the Copa la Vida and I forget, like those songs were kind of silly, right? They weren't like fucking bangers, but they were fun. They were party atmosphere and you'd be excited. But this Jelly Roll and oh my gosh, dude, what a miss in my opinion by the US. And I was thinking, I was like, what would you do? Like there's opportunities, right? And maybe leave Karim Leon in there, right? Because he's Mexican, right? Kuti? Yes. Mexican. Then you could have used Bad Bunny because he's Puerto Rican, he's American. And go get the Beebs. The Beebs is fucking Canadian, bro.
Beaver, that
Yeah.
cool.
But then I kept thinking, took a shower and I had my shower thoughts. You know what would have been even better? Run it back with Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin's Puerto Rican as well.
Go, go, go. Ale, ale, ale. That's
Yeah. You should have got him. Fucking
World Cup
plug him up with
98,
the DJ to do a new remix to it.
That would have been tight. I don't care about any World Cup song.
No, it's important. I think it's important. I think because it links back to the World Cup. When you look back at
It
it,
sets the tone.
yeah, it sets the tone. I think it's important.
Well, they totally missed. I'm
I'm
not a fan
gonna-
of Jelly Roll because I don't really listen to any of the stuff that he makes. I know he's a country singer, but it doesn't attract me to go and look for the song on YouTube and be like, oh, all right, well, this is the song for the World Cup.
Let me just get something out of the way that I've been meaning to say on the show, because I've said this to several people and a lot of people agree with me. And this is the first time in my life that I have absolutely no excitement for the World Cup. Like usually to me, this is like the pinnacle for me. I love the Olympics. I love the World Cup. But there's something different about the World Cup than the Olympics. The Olympics is fun because you get to see all these different countries involved in this, and it's mostly countries that you never really pay attention to. But the World Cup is a little bit different, right? Because it's like one sporting event that attracts everybody, and you see the very best of the very best. And I'm a big U.S. soccer fan. I'm one of the original members of American Outlaws, like right around the time it first started. And so I've always been ride or die with the U.S. But for the last decade or so, there's been like this erosion for me as far as like how I feel about the national team. And a lot of it, I'll be honest, is linked to politics, and like linked to like the state of the nation, how the current mood around the country. It doesn't make you feel quote unquote patriotic, to want to cheer for the U.S. men's national team. There's more division than there is unity. And not only that, but just the way the federation's being run is like being run by a bunch of clowns. They make all the absolute wrong decisions. It is so stupidly corporate. Everything from the uniforms to, like we just mentioned, the music there. The stupid logo that they came up with is just boring. It's like
Boring as
any
hell.
one of us could come up with something better, like if giving it an hour. This is stupid. It's ugly. It's gaudy. And then you look at the whole thing with Infantino, who's a slime. I mean, absolute slime. I
Yep.
won't even call him an animal because I have respect for animals. He's
Yep.
just a slime, right? And then you see him,
Even the one on
consorting
Donovan's
with-
head.
Yes, I even respect for that one. Yeah.
Roadkill.
No, but I'm trying to make a serious point here, and it's
Sorry.
you have Infantino, a slime, providing, consorting with another slime who's in the White House, and everything about the World Cup has been completely like tarnished and destroyed in my eyes. I have no excitement for this World Cup, and the national team is trash. They have all these good players. Yes, they have good players, and they might win a game here and there, but they aren't anything that you can look to and feel, oh, I'm proud of these guys, or I feel a sense of connection to these guys. I can't relate. The only player I can really relate to, me personally, is McKennie.
Weston McKennie, yep.
I love Weston McKennie, captain for life. And also, also Tyler. He's another one of my favorite players. McKennie and Tyler are two of my favorite players, and then everyone else is just whatever. Tim Remus too. It doesn't belong there. And you look up and down this roster. Roldan, he's good as a locker room person, but he should not be on the field. I mean, we're gonna get onto this, but there's so much about this team that is not likable. And like I said, there's all this political division, and you look at what's going on with the ticket prices. You look at everything that's going on with the way it's being marketed, and it's just horrible. How can you fumble this? It's the World Cup in the United States, and you're fumbling it so bad. This is going to be an absolute disaster.
And
It's embarrassing.
Go ahead.
No, it's embarrassing, to be honest. And I would say my excitement is like pretty down too. I mean, it has to do with the team doing bad as well. But at the same time, I think about it, it's like I haven't even really paid. England is my second national team, and I haven't paid attention to them. I can't even tell you how they're doing because I think my excitement isn't there. And I didn't really think about that till earlier today because I was going to say, what am I going to wear today? By the way, you guys took so long that I changed to my US jersey, and I forgot to change back. So fuck you guys again. Anyways, Guti could confirm that. Anyways, but no, you're right. Like it's embarrassing. I think is the word, Edgar. And there's I don't know if you saw this that I'm gonna just read real quick if I'm able to read as good as Edgar. Euro consumers and football support Supporters Europe (FSE) have filed a lawsuit with European Commission against FIFA, alleging abuse of monopoly power regarding excessive and unfair 2026 World Cup ticket pricing. I just found this part of it, but they were like quoted. I don't remember who responded, representing whatever. Because one of their responses was it's because of it's in America, and Americans are used to paying high prices. What the fuck? No, we're not.
Who the fuck is paying those?
But who the fuck? I went to SummerSlam and I was on the floor for $95 once. Right? I'm not used to paying no fucking high price.
I went to WrestleMania when it was here, and it wasn't even as high as any of the World Cup tickets.
Yeah, we went to see Bruno Mars. We sat on the floor for like $120. High price. Get the fuck out of here. We're not used to that shit.
Yeah, I'm also on the same boat as you guys because as a USMT supporter and a Select That supporter, I knew a Select That had a slim chance. And even if, I was already on the boat, they weren't going to make it. So the next one was the USMT. I don't feel that same excitement when we went to go watch Belgium beat the United. Do you remember that match that we saw in, I think, Hermosa Beach?
Hermosa Beach, yeah.
I wasn't as excited as I was then. And those are the type...
I honestly think once the World Cup comes out, events like that, I think we'll probably like catch like the buzz. But at least this is like, as far as build-up goes, yeah, this is it. And then, sorry to cut you off because you kind of made me think of something right now that I wanted to bring up and I don't want to forget. The crazy thing is too, I think Pochettino's a fucking idiot, right? I don't think he's a good coach at all. And I've said this. I said this, I think, late last year when we talked about the U.S. I was like, it's probably never really been done or people wouldn't do it. But if you could, I would have fired Pochettino and let a new coach get these last couple games. That's what I would have done. And this is what I'm going to tell you is crazy, right? Everyone here not excited, right, at all by the way this team is playing. Guti not impressed, right? This team is. I'm going to ask you like that. The craziest thing about this, Jurgen Klinsmann, Bob Bradley, and Berhalter, I had more confidence and I was more excited about seeing this team play when they were coaches going into the World Cup. We're not talking about the end. Yep. I was more excited about how they were playing under those coaches. And we all know how those ended.
Yeah, and then right now I'm actually rooting more for Canada and Mexico. I'd rather see them do well than the USMT.
No, I want us to do well. No, don't get me wrong. Hey, we win the World Cup. I'm still celebrating. I'm gonna go down Pacific and fucking. I'm gonna rent a troca perrona and Siquemaca and all that.
Siquemaca. Chill, fucking little Rom.
Yeah,
Pacific to be specific.
On top of all that, you look at the stuff that the the government is doing to visiting supporters. How they're saying that fans from Africa are going to have to pay $15,000 to get a visa just to travel to the United States. What is that? That's horrible.
Is this real?
And then of course they're going to have ICE present at the games, right? How's that going to make you feel good? And then we didn't even touch the biggest thing going on right now, the war with Iran. Nobody asked for that. And it goes back to, I have a friend, he's in the Royal Air Force, and him and I have been discussing politics, and, I hate politics, but, talking to him is interesting because he's in England, right? So he's in the Royal Air Force, and he gives me a lot of, insider info about what's going on, right? And so he told me a while back, he's like, Donald Trump is the kind of person that wants to be considered a hero. He wants to go down in the history books as a hero, as a savior. So what he'll do, he'll start fires, blame somebody, and then step in it and say, I'll put out the fire. Look at me. I'm a hero.
He's
and
Batman.
That's what he's trying to do. Right?
He's Batman.
Oh, come on. Don't compare him to Batman, dude.
I gotta find it. There is somebody that does a great parallel to Batman and Trump. But anyways,
that is so fucking funny.
But yeah, nobody asked for this war with Iran. Look at the gas prices; they're insane. And when petroleum goes up, a lot of other products go up. The cost of living goes up, and I don't know,
including World Cup tickets.
I mean, the World Cup tickets is another thing. I mean, let me think about it. Back in '94, I had just turned 18, And I remember
Goddamn.
I was really excited to attend the World Cup. Hey, I'm just saying like, yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm great.
Tú estás guapo. Don't worry, bro.
84.
So yeah, back in '94, I was 18, and I really wanted to enjoy the World Cup. Unfortunately, my father had a horrible medical emergency, and whatever hopes I had of attending a game just went up in smoke. So um, I always thought to myself, when the World Cup inevitably returns to the United States, I'm gonna make sure to save up ahead of time and be able to take my son and to a match, at least one match, and say, hey, look, I brought you to the World Cup so you can feel the same excitement. It just so happens my son is turning 6 this year, and he's at the age when he's really paying attention to things like this. And so I was really excited until I got on that list, right? And then you start looking at the ticket prices, and you're like, and all of a sudden that excitement, whatever, and this was early on before we started seeing all the other bullshit, right? But that excitement immediately got, away. And I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna pay like $10,000 or however much it costs to buy tickets or whatever. And then you take into consideration the parking. I heard that people that are looking to go to the match at SoFi, the first one with the U.S. parking is gonna be like $160, and that's just around SoFi. Imagine having to park in some of the other places in the area. That's insane. And then you think about the food. How expensive is the food gonna be? Right? It's horrible. It's nothing, and this is where it's so corporate, right? And you think about how the sport it's the working man's sport. It's the sport for people, the salt of the earth kind of people, and here we are having to pay all these corporate prices, and it goes back. If you're a wrestling fan like us, right? We used to be able to go to house shows for like what, 10, $15, and now just to go to like an event costs like upwards of $100 to get nosebleeds. It's got out of control, man. It's gonna get to the point where all this system is gonna completely collapse, and I don't know. It's baseball is about to go through that next year. By the way, baseball is about to have a lockdown because Major League Baseball wants to impose a salary cap because the Dodgers are spending so much more than anybody else that all the smaller market teams are getting priced out. Now, I know we're gonna say, oh yeah, we're Dodger fans and it's it's cool because we're winning the World Series. But me personally, there's like I live by a code of honor, and I think what the Dodgers done is kind of dishonorable because they're outpricing all these other teams that are struggling to pay that much. But if there's a salary cap in baseball, it's going to completely change everything. And because the players union is going to reject that because they're going to want to have generational wealth to last for like 12 generations, they're going to say no to that. And so what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a work stoppage in baseball, and I think it's going to be a complete reset. And it's going to set a precedent for other sports across the country. That's why we complain about Major League Soccer having the hard cap and having to do with DPs. That's what's kept MLS affordable for us for so long. But I think at some point MLS is going to start to go really, really corporate, and I think we're going to find ourselves watching the games on Sunday on some closed circuit TV at some point.
So to just to make shit worse, I guess. All the shit we talked about the Qatar World Cup. So these are like the cheapest prices, right? Qatar, the cheapest price opening match, $55 US, $560. Group matches, cheapest in Qatar. Remember, these are cheapest. This could be any fucking game. The weakest games, $11. Ours, $100. Round of 16, cheapest was $19 for us. $220. Then we get to quarterfinals, 82 compared to 410. Third place, semis, 455. 137 compared to 455. Third place match, $82 compared to $165. And then the final match, cheapest in Qatar was $206. Cheapest in the United States, $2,030.
That's like 10 times more, bro. That's a lot.
Well, you are terrible at math. But anyways.
Well, 20 times. 30 times.
I think it is time. Actually, I'm terrible at math. I think you're right. But the crazy thing is the way they went about the tickets, right? Like you signed up, and if you got picked, boom, you were charged.
Yeah.
I know two people at least that went through it, and then one of them got tickets to the U.S. opener, and it was so much. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah. Pricing out the real passionate fans that really want to be there and make that noise. Like kind of like the dogs in your background.
Like me with the chair.
And you with the
Shut
chair.
your red collar ass up.
But since we are talking about the World Cup coming up, I know you guys wanted to briefly or extensively talk about Belgium kicking the United States' ass. Who wants to rant first? Edgar, Eddie, rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to talk shit first? Go ahead, Edgar.
Me.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead. Goots.
I took notes on this game. First of all, just
Lovely.
want to let you know. The United States, their performance, and keep in mind, I am not a United States men's national team fan.
He's like,
I am keeping the bias aside because no matter how much I hate them, with the whole rivalry, sometimes I hate to say it, they're better than us. Sadly, so what I wrote down for their performance yesterday was trash and punch in. Thank you.
Brian walked away.
Do you agree? I agree.
You know what sucks? And then we'll go back and forth, Edgar, right? It's going to be a lot of Pochettino talk, right?
Yeah.
This is a very talented group of players. And
Probably the most talented group that the U.S. has ever seen.
yeah, on paper, yes.
arguably.
No, on
Yeah.
paper, yeah. I would say
100%,
on paper.
100%.
Like this is the best pool any coach has had to work with. I would say so, right? Where they play talent level. Of course, I know Edgar. You're from the '90s, the fighters and whatever. But this is we're talking about world class players. This is the deepest pool or the best pool we've had, and Pochettino just. I also was watching it with Guti, and it's like I told them beforehand, and I was almost like, this team has no identity. Like, with how long we had Pochettino now, I have no idea what they're gonna do. Like even when I would complain about towards the end of your Berhalters, your Bradleys, like I knew what we were gonna try, but with Pochettino, I'm just like, all right, let's see what happens, and Guti can tell you this, and then you, Edgar, you should know this too. This guy fucking hates Johnny Cardoso for some reason.
Telling me that earlier.
He does. It's like the Sanabria Vanny thing. Is this guy is like right now in the middle, probably like one of the more important players, especially with Tyler Adams not available. And when I saw the starting lineup, I turned to Guti and was like, man, I'm shocked. He started him, and what did he do?
Subs him out for Roldan.
At halftime, the only sub. And that first half, the U.S. played a great fucking first half. I know they scored on us the first half too, but it was a banger, right? You could argue that Matt Turner could have done more, but it went through a lot of traffic. And a lot of times for a keeper, you don't have much time to react. And it was a banger. You can't.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. I disagree with you.
He should have had that.
Nope.
Hold on,
Nope.
Let him go.
No, hold on, let me finish. He should have had that because he's out of the direction the ball was going, and I think he hesitated because he thought that because it went through so many legs, he thought maybe there was going to be a deflection and it would go more towards the middle, but you could tell that he thought about it for like a split second too long. But if he would have taken that dive, seeing which way the ball was going, he would have got to it. But he didn't. He hesitated. And a lot of times at this level, you can't hesitate, especially against a team like Belgium. They're going to cook you, man.
I don't know, man. You're taking away from the shot too, and then that's a
No,
lot
it
of
was
traffic.
a fantastic shot. But you can still get to it. It's just, like I said, he probably figured it was going to hit somebody along the way there and maybe take a deflection. And because we've seen that, right? Shot across the 18. Takes a deflection, immediately the ball heads towards the middle of the goal instead of like going to the far post. And I thought maybe he thought something like that was going to happen. Obviously it didn't. It was just a clean shot all the way through. Beautiful goal.
You just hate goalkeepers, don't you? That are not Hartman.
Nah, I agree.
Or Tim Howard.
Hey.
Pinero.
And Will Perez, that's my boy, dude.
Hell yeah, Will Pettis, baby, all the way.
And then, well, more in the first half though. They were playing great. They actually created their chances. McKinney missed another sitter. Pulisic was kind of feeling himself. He did almost a freaking amazing play when he ended up whiffing the ball at the end. And it's like the first time I felt pretty good about this team under Pochettino. Like, well, maybe the hype is there. Maybe these boys are ready. There's a fucking World Cup coming up in our home soil. Let's get it. And then we get to halftime, and then as it's so that without Adams, it's very thin back there, right? And to see. And I don't like Roldan on the U.S. men's national team. I made that clear. He's your this generation's Beckerman's Ricardo Clark. He falls in that category, right? Like, yeah, they might do stuff in MLS, but they put that jersey on, and it le pesa.
And then this is something that you had mentioned earlier too about the big drop off with MLS.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. But the point I was gonna make is like it's not even just a Roldan coming in. It's more taking out Cardoso. Like if you watch that game, and the guy was tracking back, and he was behind every fucking ball. That was gonna be absent no matter who came in. And it's you set up the next guy to fill, right? That's huge shoes to fill. Imagine someone like me that hates fucking just not hates is a strong word, but hates Roldan on the national team, and and you see that drop off, but you don't watch ball as much, right? You're gonna just be like, "Fuck, this one fucking sucks." But it's more like the shoes that he left to fill, and I don't understand the thought behind that sub. I haven't seen anything about an injury. Again, Cardoso's out there doing his thing with Atleti, and I feel like him and McKinney right now are probably the two untouchables because they're the hottest in their teams. And you're prepared. It's a dress rehearsal. This is to the point of where we were talking about how like this isn't just a friendly. This is a dress rehearsal going into the World Cup. You gotta see it through. You gotta see if your players can actually go toe to toe with the likes of Belgium, and you do that. You do that, and what happens? We see what happens. The end result fucking demoralizes. You see now Pulisic, being quoted, about his teammates and shit, and it's bad. Like it had a bigger effect than just the 5-2 loss.
No, you're absolutely correct. You hit on a big topic, and that's the fact that the team doesn't have an identity. And I don't know if the fact that they didn't have to go through a World Cup qualifying process plays a lot into that, because I get the feeling that if this team would have had to go through qualifying, they would have struggled to get through, because they don't have like some kind of it doesn't seem like they have like a sense of unity. And Eddie, this reminds me of something that has plagued the English national team for
Fucking
decades.
hell.
Because obviously, yeah, they won it in '66, right? But one thing that has plagued England for decades is they've had, think about all the amazing players that have come out of England over the years, right? And why haven't they won another World Cup? And it's because they get all these amazing players together. And for some reason or other, either way it's because of egos or just bad management, or they just can't make these guys gel together. They never play well as a team. And now I'm beginning to see something similar with the U.S. national team, where yes, they have this amazing generation of players that have spent all this time at these high-profile clubs. But what does it matter if you guys can't come together as a national team? And that's when you look at the leadership. And I'm not talking about just a sport. I'm talking about U.S. soccer. U.S. soccer, like I said, it's a bunch of clowns. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I would have more trust in the U.S. Soccer Federation group that was put together before World Cup '90, and then from there, from World Cup '90 to World Cup '94, because they had a sense of urgency about putting together a team that would not embarrass the country or the federation. And they had a sense of urgency to put things together and put the right people in control. U.S. Soccer Federation is more concerned about nepotism and about making sure that they get paid for whatever little that they're doing, that they don't care about putting a national team. They probably figure, oh, we got all these good players, just put them together in a camp. They're going to figure it out on their own. No, they won't. These guys are all in their 20s, and 30s, maybe in 50s, like Reem, right? But they can't figure out. They need somebody to lead them. They need somebody, not just, and I'm not just talking on the field. They need somebody, a voice, a strong voice. And Pochettino does not strike me as a strong voice. They need somebody of a strong voice to unite them, to rally them together, and give them a sense of purpose. They don't have a sense of purpose right now. And that's frustrating to me because, like you said, the previous guys that were running the team, they came in with an idea, and they made sure that idea permeated the theme of the team and the way that they ran things. So, like you said, you knew what to expect from the national team, and you knew that they were going to put up a fight. These guys, they're so all over the place. I don't know what to expect from them at any given time. And then goalkeeping, which has long been one of the strongest things about this national team. This is the worst goalkeeping we have seen with this national team in decades.
I agree. The pool is pretty weak for goalkeeping. I'm not very confident with Freeze or Turner. I don't even know who else is there. Hobart and
Celentano.
yeah,
Where's
they're just
Stuart?
not.
They should have Stuart in there.
No, what's the other guy's name? Fucking oh my god, dude, the stupid guy that gets kid in the face, Scott Sterling. Dude, and then let's talk about the game a little bit. You know, it sucks too that because Brian MLS, I'm already tired. Bryant mentioned that there's an MLS tie to it, and it sucks to see the drop off now because. You know, we like to say we see MLS players go off and how we feel like proud fathers.
Yeah.
You know, and
100%.
Oh, I don't know if Ezra's old enough yet, but sometimes I guess your kids just embarrass you, right? Because, oh my God, Roldan, Afson, and Berhalter just came in and were a mess.
Even Nagiman. I mean, he scored at the end, but
Fuck that guy. I think he's freaking ass, dude. I've said it since. God damn it.
Charlotte hasn't figured out how to get him going, and
No,
still
he's this generation's Connors and Wondolowski's and I'm sorry, Zardes fits under that category too. He's this season's. Fuck, we have two of them. And Pepe, puta madre, fucking Pepe.
Get on the
See,
Pepe
the Spanish
train.
came out.
The thing is, though, there's a better pool in MLS to select from too. So I think that falls on Pochettino as well. Picking Roldan, I mean, you could have gone with any other center midfield. Surreal could have probably done a better job than him in the national team. But then again, when you get called up to the national team, maybe that jersey does weigh on them. They're stellar.
But we've seen it. But the problem is we've seen it already, right? It's not like let me take another look at Roldan. It's like for what?
We already seen it. It is the same movie every time.
Here's the thing with Roldan, and I heard this in the last World Cup because they had him on one of the dedicated U.S. soccer podcasts, and I was listening to it, and they were like, "What is Roldan doing in that group? I mean, he's not one of the top elite U.S. players," and they were saying that. He is, and I mentioned this earlier, he's a good locker room guy. He's like a guy who just, he's like a glue, brings everybody together. And, but that doesn't matter, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. If it's fine, you bring him in because he makes people feel good in the locker room. Don't put him on the fucking field. If he's just there as a mascot, then let him serve as a mascot where he's like, cheering from the bench. But just because, you think he's cool and everything, don't put him on the field. He's not at the same level as the other guys on there. And that's what's infuriating because, like you said, what a drop-off we had, right? From Johnny Cardoso to Roldan. It's like, dude, this guy, he's a glorified cheerleader. Just keep him there, to just cheer from the bench. But don't do it at the expense of the national team because now look at this horrible result. Does this inspire confidence? And you're going up against Portugal next. Portugal is probably foaming at the mouth right now. They're like, we're gonna smash these guys again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, it's not like there hasn't been MLS players that have been able to keep up with the national team because not too long ago, Nagby he could have been one of the better MLS players to go to the national team and actually provide some service for the national team. We know what
Did
Nike
he-
has done in MLS, but
Did he
could
not
have
want to
done
play
that
with the U.S. anymore?
because they're fucking ass.
Nah, I just think he was a jerk. No, but you have other people, right? Like Luna's a dog. Like I mean, I know
Yeah?
he's coming back from
man,
injury.
Where is Diego Luna, man?
Yeah, put Luna in there. If you need to look at somebody, Berhalter should have came in, instead of him to take a look at him because he's only had minimal time with the A squad. It's I don't know. I don't know what to say about that stuff. I know we're picking on him a lot, but it's because it's very como se dice, what the fuck, It's to make sense. Well, our new segment here, Brian Edgar, make it make sense.
No,
That's why it's such a hot topic. You can't. I don't know, but
It's Pochettino.
fucking winder ass fucking player. Anyway,
damn.
He's the-
you have to go there, huh?
Damn.
he's the winder of the.
In the future, you guys are gonna rebrand your rewards with the Winder reward watch. That's
Nah,
crazy.
that bro,
Nah,
wind
his
you up.
Weiser Winder is good, bro. I like him.
We're gonna say that. We're gonna wind you up.
He's a good
Give me
USL
him
player. Anyway, no, but then that game it starts there, but I want to say there is a little bad luck, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still 5 goals. That handball was very, very interesting.
That was so close, right?
Doesn't touch him. It doesn't hit his hand.
Did any replays that they showed? It looks like it didn't even touch him.
Doesn't hit his hand.
And
Close
and I
call,
think
dude.
after, and honestly, I think with that penalty call, I think that just brought the U.S. morale down even more.
And then freaking Austin accidentally brought his skates instead of his.
Yeah,
feet.
Arsenal got fucking. But that fourth goal was a banger, though. You can't deny. Even if you fucking got absolutely dismantled, that fourth goal was insane.
But
No,
it
it
was.
was. Belgium will punish you. Have you noticed? By the
But
way,
here's the thing too. My bad, Edgar, for cutting you off. Belgium. We know what type of team Belgium is. We've seen the players that they've had before. Romelu Lukaku, Thibaut Courtois, all those players. They've wasted their golden generation over the last few years, and they've wasted their golden generation over the last few years. And I'm actually like even we were saying into the first. Even we were saying into the first half, they weren't playing. Belgium were not playing good at all. This is my opinion. They weren't playing good at all. Again, that first goal that they scored just pretty much opened the game up for them. And that halftime substitution, they were like, you know what, let's take advantage of these fools today. But yeah, I don't think Belgium they're just not that good as they used to be anymore.
That only makes us feel worse. Thanks, Guti.
well, they had. I think they had their biggest shot in 2018, and they just flushed it all away.
What
Just
they
like
had,
England.
the thing is that they had their shot in 2018. They had their shot in the Euros. They had their shot. In 2022, they blew out of the group stage in 2022.
They've had multiple golden generations.
Yeah, they had those amazing players, like I said, Lukaku, Thibaut Courtois, all those good players, all those players. Kevin De Bruyne's still going. They had all those star players. The 2018 World Cup was it was great for them, but they got outshined by a very great France team. But they just weren't. They never took advantage of that.
Just like
No.
us. What a team to learn from.
Another thing that bugs me, and I'm going to bring up Poch again, like you said, we're going to bring up Poch again, is that there's all those rumors about how he wants to go back to the Premier League, and he's actually, what a fucking idiot, right? Because you're in the middle of a World Cup cycle, and your focus should be on the national team. He's actually addressing those rumors, saying, yeah, I would love to go back to Europe, when I get the opportunity to. You can tell his mind is somewhere else already. His heart's not there. I mean, I never really questioned that because I knew from the start, I was like, oh, God. This is the guy you settled for when you couldn't get Klopp, right? Or you couldn't get, Special One. So you settle on this guy and you're like, oh, okay, fine. Let's see what happens. And let's see, maybe they can make it work out. Obviously, it hasn't. And you could tell he doesn't care either because his mind's already on going back to the Premier League because he's been linked to, I think it's either Chelsea or Tottenham. I can't remember at the top of my head, but you could tell he's already clocked out. As soon as like the final whistle goes, this summer, he's already gonna be like, "I'm out, see ya, I'm out of here," leaving the whole room on fire as he walks out.
Like, wait.
He's gonna be like Tata Martino when he left the Mexican national team.
No,
And
and
be like, yep, my contract's done. I got nothing to say. I'm out.
yeah, and I don't know. It's like you said, what the fuck is happening up there in the U.S. Soccer Federation? It's a boys' club, we know that, and I wondered like any work actually gets done, right? Like these dudes just got their jobs because that's my homie, we used to play together, and
Yeah, you reminded me of something, Eddie. Something I read this week. Jesse Marsh, right? We don't like Jesse Marsh around here. Former Chivas USA clown, right? He picked a fight with Beckham. I mean, he was an idiot, but decent manager, right? And ended up with Canada. Well, it came out today that he said that he had been told, "You are going to be the next manager of the U.S. men's national team." And he said he was literally at fingerprinting to get his visa to come back to the U.S. when he got a phone call telling him, "No, no, 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 we're going to give the job to someone else." And he was like, "What the hell?"
I would have been down with Jesse Marsh. I've been telling Eddie for the longest
This
that
really
he should have been the guy.
happened because he actually said that. He said, "This is what actually happened." Like I said, the Federation, and what a bunch of clowns, man.
send in the clown.
Clowns.
But
Happy.
I will say one thing though, taking away a focus from Pochettino, right? The players too. I'll use the Mexico game as comparison, and Guti telling me how like not great this team is, right? And how terrified he was of Portugal because Portugal was going to wipe the floor with him. I didn't like. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought, okay, maybe they'll lose, but then I watched that game, and Mexico is like super disciplined, super organized. These guys are giving it all their all, right? And I thought the defense was fucking great for them. They just got to figure out their offense. But if it's true, let's go by what Guti said, right? Like this isn't a great roster that they have. But the fact that you get to represent your country at a World Cup in your own country should fucking give you this boost, right? And you don't see it from the U.S. players either. I saw it from Mexico. And then I was telling the Guti's like, this is the team you were worried about. Like maybe they can't spark the offense, but I can't think of maybe like one play where Portugal put them in a little bit of trouble. But even then, that play came from wide. So it's the players too, right? Let's not fully put it on Pochettino. There's this focus about these guys that should be excited, like holy shit, we have a chance to do something special, and you just don't see it.
Yeah, I will
Maybe
say
it'll
this
hit
about,
him once.
I'll say this about the Mexican national team real quick, and maybe Guti's too young to realize this, but as far back as I can remember following the World Cup, Mexico always has this. They always have a bunch of drama and a bunch of question marks right leading up to a World Cup. And then they get to the World Cup and they figure shit out, and they always represent and they play
That
hard.
garra.
It's rare occasions that in recent memory, it's rare when a Mexican team shows up and you don't see them fight to the death for in every game. And I gotta give Mexico credit for that because I feel like things might not look so good right now, but once they get to that World Cup, they're gonna show out. And you mentioned something like the shirt matters a lot more to them. I look at the U.S. men's national team, and these guys are playing for these high-profile teams, and I feel like to them, it doesn't seem like a privilege to wear that national team jersey. It's more like an expectation. Like, oh, okay, I play for these guys, and in my weekend job, I play for the national team, and that's just something that I know it's going to happen. Well, you have these other guys in Mexico and even Canada, right? And these guys are like working their asses off to represent their nations, and that's why, like you said, I feel like I'm gonna be really focused on the Mexican team and the Canadian team to see what they have to do because I feel like the U.S. is gonna be a huge letdown, But I'm more excited to see what Mexico and Canada can do because if we're watching our regional, teams, they're the two teams that I'm gonna like really be cheering for them to do well.
And I think that the fact that Mexico's playing at home and they can just figure out that one thing, they can do something special. I think maybe winning a World Cup's a little much, but like a semifinal, third place appearance could be in the cards for them. Playing at home, and just from what I saw yesterday, again, so they might have another level when they get to the World Cup. And can't say I'm cheering for Mexico because I love my teams and when it comes to sports, but I think for the first time, like in my World Cup fandom, I'm not rooting against them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I would love to see Canada and Mexico do well. To be honest, it represents the region.
But-
It represents that there could be great football on this side of the earth.
By the way, on a different topic, kind of related. How do you guys feel about those kits? The stripes kit and then that weird dark stars kit.
The Dark Star kit is dope.
I'll go
the
first.
stripe one is
I'll go
whatever.
first. Thanks. Yeah, the star kit. Yeah, I mean the stripe kit. Yeah, well, I asked Guti about it. It's like, hey, as a non-fan, tell me the truth. How do you feel about him? He's like, they're whatever. I'm like, I think that's it. They are whatever. They're boring. Got to me a little bit. But the star one, I didn't really like it at first. But I saw it in person today. One of our teammates had it this morning. I'm like, you know what? It actually does look pretty cool in person. The away kit.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
But
No more rants. No more rants on the U.S. men's national team.
who's gonna win the World Cup? And let's go home.
I think either Spain or France.
USA is
Canada.
gonna win. After all
Canada. Canada. Let's go, Canada.
What were you talking about, bro? Canada lost to Iceland today.
that, tied.
Let's go, Canada.
lost.
It's tied 2-2.
They lost.
Who's gonna win,
Have faith in
Guti?
Canadians.
France.
France.
I'm a follow. I gotta follow my boy Kylian Mbappe.
Nah, for the motherland's gonna win. England's gonna
Nah,
win.
come
fool.
mierda, esos
And
güeyes valen pura
And
verga.
I'm gonna go put myself with some. I'm gonna put myself with some major debt so I can go to New York and watch them fucking win. Nah, but
Do you guys know
2-2,
anybody
Guti.
that has
Tied.
tickets for the World Cup? By the way,
yes, I know.
Yes,
a
I
couple
know.
people.
Yep.
I know 3 people that have tickets to go to the World Cup. And that's it.
I know one
We're like in
person.
'94. Like all my high school buddies were going to the games.
I'll tell you this much: I haven't given up. I think there's gonna be a drop. The resellers are gonna suffer, and at this point, I just want to go to World Cup games. So I might just end up going to get to when I don't know who the fuck is in the World Cup when Curaçao plays Familia.
Whoever. I'm in. I'm in.
Just so I can go to a World Cup game.
Hell yeah.
Um,
$10. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Yep.
yeah, but I'm gonna walk my ass over there because parking's not gonna drop.
That's true. That's true. All right, I think we're good for tonight. You guys are good for tonight?
Yes. Real quick, our buddy Connor from the Lunacy Podcast,
Yes. Yes.
the Rebel Loon, baby. They're gonna be on Wednesday. If anything changes, I will keep you posted. But we're gonna have the guys from the Lunacy Podcast to preview the match against Minnesota United. So keep a lookout for the official announcement for that. And if you guys are wondering what this is right here, the Rebel Loon, this is a part of a tifo that the Minnesota fans put up in protest of what ICE was doing over there in Minnesota and the killing of the 2 citizens of Minnesota. The Rebel Loon is from Star Wars and represents rebellion against the imperial government, which it's funny when reality mirrors
Mimics.
fiction,
Yeah.
right?
I love it. I love it.
but
Yeah, go ahead,
it
Eddie.
goes from bad to worse. So we have to go back to Galaxy Soccer.
Oh, my God.
We get James Rodriguez this upcoming week, man. Fuck.
Why? Eddie, where can the people find you?
For this week, don't. I got one more U.S. game, and I just don't want to talk to anybody. Just leave me alone.
Uti, where can the people find you?
Nowhere. I don't go out.
Edgar.
I have
where
him
can the
locked
people-
in here.
Edgar, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram is Edgar Nags. Hey, Wu-Tang forever.
Yeah, you can find me as Bryant Nags on Instagram and Twitter. And thank you everybody for joining us on the non-Galaxy week. Thank you for listening to our shit talking, our rants. And make sure you guys subscribe. And if you're listening to this in the audio version, make sure you come to the live, talk some shit on the chat, and yeah. I think that does it from us here.
Edgar had to make sure everyone knew he had hair because of the cartoon.
Dude, I look like Stone Cold or something. I look like Goldberg, man.
He does have hair. If you guys needed to know.
For now.
Well, that does it from us.
And unlike Landon Donovan, I'm not gonna put a dead rat on my head.
Oh my god! Honestly, you look like a full size. What's that guy's name? Oh my god, the little guy that wrestled. Hornswoggle. What the fuck is Hornswoggle?
Fucking Hornswoggle. All right, well, that is it from us here at News Across the Galaxy. From Eddie, Guti, Edgar, myself, Brian, we're up out of here. And as always, keep on nagging. And
Lakers in 5. 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 Lakers in 5.